Session of Yajna today. And what exactly we do in Yajna, you wake up in the morning and just you need not to chant the mantra if you don't remember, but you can just think of it in your mind. You wake up in the morning, asatoma satgamaya, moving from the false to the real. So you are reminding your mind again and again that you have to move away from the false, wrong notion. How to know? How to know that? So, anytime during the day you have experienced anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict, pressure, stress, that is the movement in the false. So when you remember this, you recognize that I'm moving into the false. That is why I have this. So it means I have to do a conscious thinking every day in the morning. Every day. Oh, let me move from the false to the real. Let me move from ignorance to the wisdom. So why this uh, false takes over my life? It is because of the ignorance of my real nature. The journey of the Eastern wisdom is little typical, uh, different than the modern perspective or the social, personal, professional life. So I have to recognize that why I have this ignorance. I have to move from the ignorance to wisdom. And there comes these principles. And the third line that I will move from the mortality to immortality. Oh, I'll become immortal. Yes, I'm already immortal. I'm always free. Why? So the master says the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego are constantly changing. Do you remember the six stations of life with reference to the body? They are constantly changing. And I identify myself with the change. So when I'm not the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego, then who am I? I am the real self. I am the pure consciousness that is never changing identity. So with that reference, we say movement from the mortality to immortality. So I have to keep on thinking every day. The yajna means that how I should be connected to the entire universe. And I should not keep my false notion in the form of the thoughts, feeling, emotions. That is the basic of the yajna. So how I should be connected to the entire universe? So first by conscious thinking. That is what the master is talking about. I consciously, for example, the honey consciously thinks about uh, anything. A person thinks about the society, how this society is a curse. But it is because of that society you are alive. It is my parents have been very tough, and I don't, whatever you want to say, all the bad words. But one thing is sure. What is sure? That I am a human being because of my parents, isn't it? I should have been ant, I should have been tiger, I should have been fox, I should have been something else. So that is why yajna means the areas of contribution. How should I contribute? Huh? How should I connect myself? So I connect with anxiety, I connect with uh, reaction, I connect with blame and complain. That is one option we already have, and it has not solved our problem. So when we connect, we say that how I exist. Think of it. How I exist physically at the physical level. So physical parents are there. So so why, how my, from where my parents have come, from my ancestors. So don't start thinking I'm British or I'm American or I'm Indian. No, the ancestry is basically the Indian or human beings. So I'm born out of the human beings. How dare I have a right to criticize them? I am living independently. So how I connect to my ancestors and how it is helping you to purify your mind, that needs to be contemplated and reflected. So we always have some grudge against our near and dear ones, and especially our ancestors. We have lived another 30, 40, 50 years of our life. So we have those grudges, and they are still living in my head. Is it not true? So if that is true, so by conscious thinking, I simply say to my mind, oh, thanks God that my ancestors were the human beings, and because of that, I am a human being, and because of the human being, I have an intellect and a free will. I have no right to criticize them, but I am just grateful to them every day. So, what you're saying, you are passing on emotional thoughts to your mind that I'm grateful to them. Whatever their nature is, that is different thing. I have no responsibility of their nature, their behavior, their attitude. But one thing is sure, I'm grateful because they have given me the birth as a human being. But that is partial truth. The truth is partial. So what is the thing that left? So we say that there are five elements, including the sun, that has allowed me to exist. If the sun does not exist, I do not exist. Is it not true? So where comes that I am a self-made man? Think. So the master helps us to think open, think that how I can be uh, the small part of the entire universe. So you see, existence of the sun makes me exist as a human being. So I'm connected to the sun. Thank you, sun. I'm grateful. Is the sun listening? No, sun is not listening. When I curse the sun, it's a bad morning. Even then, the sun is not listening. But when I'm grateful that I'm connected to the sun in this way, I exist because of you. I'm slowly dissolving my selfishness, my ego. That is the main thing. That is the rule of the yogi. Every day in the morning, it will take hardly 5 minutes, and you do it just for 5 minutes every day in the morning and before you go to sleep, and you will realize that your mind has started purifying itself. Look at the space. So we are thankless, I'm moving my hand, I'm talking to you. If the space does not exist, forget about any change, any movement in my life. It is so near to me. It is always available. Do you see that? It is always available. You see that, do I know the remote? Yes. Does the remote knows me? No. But because I know the remote, I know its contribution in my life. Do you see that? It's a very subtle. I know its contribution. Does the mouse knows me? No. But I know the mouse, yes. Not only I know, I also know the contribution that is made by this mouse. Anything, same thing. The space may be inert, it's a pure matter, but I make that space conscious, connecting to it, and I recognize in my mind, mentally and emotionally, oh, thanks, space. Because of you, I'm able to move. Same thing with space in the air. I'm sleeping. I don't know whether I'm alive or not, but the air continues to flow into my nose. At least last night it was flowing. And that's why we are attending the session. So you see, we are we are dissolving the outer layer, the surface layer of the false I, which causes the selfishness and which makes me very limited being. And then this, and then starting from the space, then the air, and then the fire. All the enzymes and the hormones, they are representative of the fire, digestion of the food and assimilation, and helping us to create some level of harmony to pass on this today and the tomorrow. The fire means that basically the energy. And the fourth one, science is talks a lot, the water. We have 70% of the water. Think of this, just think. Our master says that just think, connect to the universe. Don't be separate, don't be blindfolded. So you see that we are 70% of the body is water. That is what our science says. Not only the water, but also the fire, the air, and the space and the sun. So I recognize consciously their contribution, the way I recognize the contribution of the car, the refrigerator. So I become conscious of each and everything around me. And from the water, then comes to the earth. These are the five elements. So it is known as the five yajnas. So you just think in that way. You are thirsty. We take it easy. Let me have a glass of water or a drink. But that water is present in the same way at all the time, in all the situation. That water in the form of a blood that is circulated in my body keeps me alive. It is because of that I'm able to think. The earth, if the earth is not there, there is no place to walk. The legs are useless. Feet are useless. Think. Eyes are useless if you don't have the light. That light represents the fire. I have a beautiful eyes. I know that you have a beautiful eyes. Huh? That beautiful eyes will not work. If the space is not there, I cannot listen to you. Sound cannot transmit. And the texts were written almost 6 to 8,000 years ago. Can you imagine the way they have conceived and understood the connection? So that is the first connection, the five types of yajna. We have to see, just think mentally, thanks. I am grateful to you. It is because of that I exist. So what is going to happen? The surface level of conflict with the people, with the near and the dear ones, will start dissolving. That is the first five. There are five yajnas. Basically, now we are talking of the five yajnas, how I have to contribute. So the next week we'll talk about the charity, mental, emotional, and physical level. Uh, Second is, or before I go to the second, Our goal is that how to dissolve that idea of a selfishness that keeps burning on my mind. I fight with you, I react to you, I am anxious to you, I curse you only because of my selfishness. There is no other reason. Find out. So the yajna has to, I have to practice selflessness by this first one, first yajna. Second yajna is towards the ancestors. Any form of it. And they are ancestors. They gave me the physical birth, and that is their greatest contribution to me to be able to think and live and make a right choice as a human being. Why? So my master used to say, those ancestors have already gone, they have already departed, they do not think, they cannot think. But now I can reflect upon what went wrong in my relationship from my side. Let me correct it. Let me consciously correct in my head. Why? So that I do not keep thinking about those parents and ancestors who have left me or the friends who have left me. So one master goes to goes little further. He says, just think of that what your ancestors liked, and that is a concept which is also common to all the traditions. So we remember those departed souls, and we see what they like. We offer them. We offer them. How I offer them? I offer them through different people what they like. And I make it a point until my mind is completely purified and I have no sense of ill will against them. These are the two yajnas. The third yajna. So in the yajna, we contribute and express gratefulness mentally and emotionally every day. And you do it for once every day in the morning and evening, just for 5 minutes, and see how your thought pattern changes. The third yajna is known as the Brahma yajna, or you can say the Rishi yajna. In a modern way, Einstein, Edison, hmm, and other great scientists have a great contribution to our life. They made our life comfortable because of these inventions. That is one aspect. And another aspect that even 10,000 years ago, we do not have the printing press. And those masters had thought of that, how to pass this wisdom. So they might have written through their pen in the absence of a light in the computer. And then they contemplated and reflected, and they compressed all the knowledge in the form of the verse or the sutras, one-liners. It is, you may say that it is a zip folder. So I should be grateful to those masters, not to this guy who did not discover anything. So the entire chain, entire lineage. So we are grateful that this knowledge is passed on to us as it is through these teachings of the text and the tradition. And that is why I'm grateful to them that I'm becoming aware, I'm living my life consciously, I'm getting rid of this selfishness. Three, and Petri Yajna, we have done the fourth yajna. You see that we cover the entire universe. So the fourth one is known as the Manushya Yajna. Manushya means human being. The Yajna for the human being. Yajna for my near and dear one. Yajna for my honey. Yajna for my son. Yajna for my who are alive, who are near and dear with. Means that I should not keep any envy, jealousy, duality, and a conflict, but I should think in what way I should contribute to your life. By saying good words, by being kind, by supporting your endeavor in your life. Do you see that your selfishness is already gone? You start thinking in what way I can help. No, my honey is crazy. Okay. How to help him or her, how to create that conducive situation so that there is no chance of he or she becoming crazy. How simple it is and how challenging it is. How simple it is and how challenging it is. Do you realize that? Why it is challenging? Because my mind is overburdened with a strong likes and dislikes, sense of hatred. That what I do, you don't do the way I do. Why? Because I'm right. Why I'm right? Because I'm selfish. I have a sense of ego. Do you see that? You have to agree. There is no chance that you you don't agree with me. I fight only with the near and the dear ones. What you will do fighting with me, maximum you will stop attending the session. Maximum. So days and days after days, I keep that burden in my head in relationship to the dear and near ones. So that is known as the manushi again. Not only that, so initially I get rid of those duality and the pressure in my head of lot of expectations from the near and the dear ones, and then this attitude goes outside the family, outside my relations, to the stranger, to the people, to everyone. That attitude in the mind is the greatest social service. I am calm and I'm keeping the atmosphere calm. I am relaxed and I'm keeping my honey also relaxed. I'm giving an opportunity to the near and dear ones to live into that state of, that is the fourth yajna. And the fifth yajna is the bhoot yajna. Bhoot means the entire nature. I'm speaking to you because I had in my food some vegetables, some grain, all coming from the plant kingdom or from the animal kingdom. So the fifth yajna is that I become aware of the plant and the animal kingdom all around, conscious of it, that in one or the other way they are contributing to my life, my existence, directly or indirectly. I gave you an example of the vulture. Do you remember? We say that vulture is not connected to me. Yes, he is very much connected to me. The vulture and the hyenas, they eat the rotten flesh, which is when the animals die, they clean it. They are great scavengers. Think of it, if though these scavengers do not exist even in the forest, it will create millions of viruses, deadlier than the COVID virus. We should not exist. Just imagine, it is all I'm thinking. Goal is the same. I have to get rid of the selfishness. I have to purify the mind in order to treat the fast. So now you see that we have covered the entire universe outside me. Who thinks, who is grateful to the universe in this way every day? Because I exist today because of all these factors. I exist because of my parents. I continue to exist because there is no deadly virus. because of those scavengers. I exist because of the plant kingdom. You see, I exist because of these five elements. I exist because of my ancestors. So when I think that, then I do not have any role of existence, answer is yes. I don't have any role at the time of the birth. I don't know which country, which parents, when, what date, what auspicious moment I was born. I was not conscious. So the entire existence brought me in her lap through the parents, through the plant kingdom, through the animal kingdom. Huh? You see, through through everything that is present in the entire universe. I die, these five elements will remain as it is. Nothing is going to happen to it. So that is the summary of the yajna. I have been talking in many, many sessions. So we will start the second conventional method for the purification of the mind and how that charity helps me. Charity at the physical level, at the mental level, at the emotional level. I have to, if I'm kind to the people, internal. Sometimes it happens, you have to be very tough. But yes, internally, can I be kind to the person? Can I pass on this empathy and the kindness and the love and the care? It is not that you have to offer many, many dollars in the name of the charity. So we will understand that part also, how it helps us to get rid of that selfishness. Whatever the money that I have into my account or at my home, I did not create it. It comes from my outside. It is an exchange of my effort, my knowledge, my understanding, my capacity, my capabilities. But if that money is not available outside, how can I get it? It is not available. So it is available. It comes from the outside source. So I'm grateful to him. So that we will understand in our next lesson. Close your eyes. So that comes to the conclusion of this yajna I have covered. So every day in the morning and evening, you start thinking just for 5 minutes how you can contribute. You are grateful, you acknowledge their role in your life, and that is going to, you will see the change. Before you get angry and upset and reaction, you will think twice. Oh, I'm harming myself. Eyes are closed, place of the body, position, and the posture. Place, place in the room. You see that? Place is the room. Room is made up of the space, not the walls. Wall is just an just a pointer that I'm sitting in my room. But there is a space, there is an air, there is the energy element that keeps my body steady, and water is already there. You see, all those elements are there. And it is because, thanks God, that I'm able to sit calmly and ready to practice meditation. So that conducive atmosphere in the environment has been created by so many factors, which I just discussed. Do you see that? If they are not available, how can you meditate? And that is where I bring up being comfortable. You look at the neck joint, feel sensation, comfort, and steadiness. This body is made up of these five elements, which has started listening to you If that is possible, then I can easily be connected to all the basic five elements that consist the entire universe. Your body is also consist of these same five elements. My body is also consist of these. So I need not to have a grudge against one body in the name of my selfishness. So look at the shoulder joints, be there, feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Hip joint, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Knee joints, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. The entire body. You see, if you practice with the reference to the yajna, it makes your mind very cool and calm. Oh, their contribution is still present here. Simple, I'm still breathing, air is available, the space is available. And being carefree. You look deep inside the forehead in the space. You see the reference point is the highway, and problem is the traffic jam. So you have separated the highway from the traffic jam. The highway doesn't change. Where this highway goes, highway does not go anywhere. Where you go, how you go, by your thought, feeling, emotion. So the same thing I'm saying, you look inside the forehead in the space or emptiness, and on that space, the thoughts, feeling, and emotions are moving. I know unwanted, undesirable thoughts are coming at this moment, but the moment you separate these thoughts, feeling, and emotions from that space, it occurs on that surface, it occurs on the space of the mind. That is the another step which I normally say, how to be carefree. Huh? How to be carefree, my friends. And now, how to be carefree, and then we do maybe yajna or create auspiciousness. Auspiciousness by the mantra. That auspiciousness is already present. I enter into that. My mind does not enter into that auspiciousness because of my selfishness, limitedness. So, I simply you pick up any mantra. Asato ma satgamaya, moving from false to the real. I'm simply saying, my friends, you think and just you do it for a week. So, this part of the practice of the meditation, you can do it in the morning and evening. Just remind yourself, moving from the false to the real is the way to discover my real self. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. At every moment, I have to move from ignorance to wisdom. Ignorance means misconception, wrong notions. It has nothing to do with illiteracy. Common sense we have to apply the common sense. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorama Amritangamaya. Let me move from I-ness with reference to the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego to the I identifies with the real self. The moment the I identifies with the real self, I can experience what it means by immortality, what it means by permanent peace and happiness. So why am I identified? Because of the impurity of the mind. Why the impurity of the mind? Because of the ignorance is there. And that is what our masters are teaching us. But no, this we have done. But we will continue the journey. We see that the mind returns again to those thought, feeling, and emotions which builds up my and ego. So then the masters have discovered that when we do a certain breathing practices with the mantra that will help us to withdraw the mind within, it can clear those thought process, those past impressions, and it will lead us to that sense of purity of the mind. So you look inside the forehead in the space, means so you have said to the mind that don't start looking outside, look inside. And how you continue to be aware of looking inside? By dropping Shantoham mentally. You look inside the space, inside the forehead, you say Shantoham mentally. Shantoham. Shantoham means I am the peace. And at the same time, you start breathing quick and short breath through both the nostrils. Continue doing the breathing. Now see that your mind will object to it. Why the mind will object to it? It wants to continue its old habit and pattern. So what should we do? We will continue to breathe. We will continue to endure that I'm breathing for better state of my mind. So you continue. So that endurance is going to drop the false notion. So all the factors, you're dropping Shantoham, you continue breathing. Your mind will object to it. How long I have to breathe? As long as I say. It's a short and the gentle breathing into the rib cage. You expand and contract. At the same time, you are dropping Shantoham. Sometime you will see that you forget to drop the Shantoham because of unwanted, undesirable thought. We become unconscious and habitual. So continue doing it. Continue breathing, continue dropping Om Shanti, maintain the steadiness in the body. We're doing a very subtle and a very challenging step. And if all the three are maintained, the stillness in the body, breathing continuously, and dropping Shantoham, it helps us to change, it helps us to enter into a higher consciousness. We have to see it practically. Continue. And stop this, do nothing. Maintain your awareness. We need not to fall into sleep. Just move the mind on the head and the neck and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. You know what it means moving the mind on the right arm? You are just aware of it. You feel. And that gives you an experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the middle portion of the body, from the shoulder down to the waist. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You see, we all are taking the help of the air and the space, everything. They are still connected to me. I'm not aware of it. And the more you become aware of it, the more a sense of belongingness and connectedness takes over the mind, which drops the selfishness. Become aware of the right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body, you experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Can you feel any sensation, or I would specifically the sensation of touch without the air present? You see their contribution. We say, I feel like this and I feel like that. Now, in that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, look at the breath. The breath is going in and out. Yes, you just start breathing little deeper into the belly. Start breathing little deeper into the belly and breathe out from the belly. So means that your breath should be little deep, but it should remain silent, and it should remain deep, silent, and slow. Just find the flow of the breath. So on that track of the breath, when the breath goes in and comes out, you drop mentally Shantoham, means I am the peace, looking into the space where the breath flows. First, it will not allow you to fall into sleep. Second, it will prevent the influx of thoughts. It will prevent you falling into sleep. From today, we are going little deeper into the meditation. So we should not In the very beginners, yes, sleep is okay and consciousness is okay, but not now. We all are seekers. So you continue the flow of the breath. With that flow of the breath, you are aware of the space where it is moving in and out. And in that moving in and out, you are singing mentally, Shantuham, Shantuham. Mentally, what is going to happen? Not only it prevents you to fall into sleep in floods of the thoughts, but it will take your mind deeper. You will find out, if not today, tomorrow, if by regular practice, it will happen. Very gentle breathing. Tone is deep, silent, and slow. And on that track, you are singing and dropping Shantoham, being aware of the space, greater the space in the mind, deeper the state of the calmness and peace. You see the role of the space? No experience is possible without these five elements. Continue breathing deep, silent, and slow. Deep, silent, and slow. I'm keeping this Shantoham mantra continuously. I'll continue with another couple of weeks before I change the mantra until you discover, yes, this mantra is taking me deeper. And now leave this deep, silent, slow breathing. Shantoham. I told you the peace is of the nature of good space. Image of the peace is a good space, good infinite space. So what you do, casually look at the space inside the forehead. Pick a point in that space. Then say mentally or drop the mantra Shantu Hum, and then wait. Then wait to be aware of the infinite space. And then what to do then? Then start again. The breath is flowing on its own. Breath flows on its own. You are not controlling and regulating. The body remains still. And then again, you look inside the forehead in the space. Pick a point in the space. Drop mantra Shanto Hum. Wait to be aware of the infinite space, and then start again. Mm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Beautiful. How are you, Charlie?
Hi. Good. I um, felt I could hear your words, and I felt um, I wasn't in my body. I just was somewhere else. Um, and uh, and then I felt like something dropped off my face. It was this weird sensation. I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
explain it.
You were absorbed. Ah, you were in a deeper state. You see, I was not in the body, I was somewhere else. This is what we have been talking about, de-identification with the body.
I have a quick question. When you were talking about ancestors and being in touch with the ancestors and thinking about what they liked and then expressing that, I wasn't quite sure what you meant about expressing that to
Ah,
others.
first thing that I should say sorry to them. I should ask forgiveness from them if I have done anything which they didn't like, they hate, they reacted to it. The second thing, what they liked. So, for example, there is a very wonderful tradition which is practiced in the form of a ritual in India almost every. Oh, my dad liked that dessert or that sweet. So I invite you to, I host a dinner and then I specifically prepare that dessert and I offer to the other human being, thinking that it is going to them.
Ah, thank you. I
It
like
is going.
Mhm.
So you see what? So entire you're mentally, emotionally, you are already connected, but you are not connected in a way of anxiety, reaction, and cursing. You are connected in order to change your mindset. You are
Thank
dropping the selfishness. So either you can do in the form of a ritual. Ritual means that you offer the particular food or dessert. But you can do it mentally. The way you have helped me, I will see that if someone needs that help, I will support him or
Right.
her. So you are expanding your mind. Those ancestors, they are already gone. They are not going coming back. They are not coming back. Don't go into the gray areas. I don't want to go into the gray areas. Oh, my dad has come when he died 50 years ago. That's a gray area. We have to change ourselves, be rational, be logical. Our goal is to purify the mind. And how are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. It was a good meditation, and it went by pretty quickly.
Oh, good. We practiced longer, and you felt that it went very quickly. It means that, yeah, there was some timelessness, experience of the timelessness. We practiced 7 minutes longer than the normal practice.
Well,
Very, very good. How are you, Anne?
Um, I had I was fighting to get over some thoughts,
Oh,
to shut them out. And it was not that easy as I thought it would.
yeah. You see that is what I explained, and sometimes we lose that awareness. What I said, there is a highway that does not change, but the traffic keeps on changing.
Yeah, right.
So the highway in the mind is the mental space that does not change. And the thought, feeling, and emotion keeps on changing. What keeps on changing is separate from that space and separate from the highway. So what happens when we want to struggle? We want to keep that thought sticking to us and still we want to get rid of it. You have to loosen hold. No, no, let it come, let it go. I need not to try. Oh, this thought is coming. Okay, let it come. Let it go. No, no, this thought should not come. Then already that thought is sticking to the mind. You see, I think that I'm able to explain it. So that we need that sort of awareness. No traffic, no vehicle can stick to the highway. You stop your car on the highway, the cop will come and take you to the. And that cop is the struggle. So, yes, by regular practice and understanding, this will go away. How are you, Sophie?
I am good, Girish. I think I, yeah, sometimes I was not doing what you said to do.
Yeah, that's an.
But some thoughts took me a certain way, and then I came back. Yeah, I had that. Yeah, but it was a good meditation. Yeah.
So think that what brought your mind back, contemplate and reflect on that particular point. What brought your mind back? What happened in that particular state? So you have the key when when the thought takes you away, you can use the same process, same method. So that is a part. Meditation is also a part of learning. Yes, that is good. How are
Thank you.
you? Thank you. How are you, Meet?
I feel very peaceful.
Good.
That was a deep meditation, and I
Good.
feel somehow safe. I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what that means, but I feel safe and with myself.
Yes, you are right in a sense. I'm safe if I have $1 million in my account. Will I be safe? That is what we think. If I get married, I'll be safe. If I have a house, I'll be safe. But nothing goes with us in the name of the security. It is a false sense of the security. Why it is a false sense of security? Why I want a deposit of $1 million or $1 billion in my account to be safe? Only because I want to secure my body.
Oh,
That money, that wealth, and the possession can only reach to us at the physical level only.
mm,
Luxury is comfort. You may have 10 cars, big house, etc., etc.
mm,
But insecurity is already there. Where the insecurity lies, it is in the mind. So what happened? That is another way what Charlie is saying, that I don't know whether I'm just out of the body. Huh? The same way, when we feel a sense of security, it means my mind has dropped the identification with the body at that moment.
mm.
That is why I feel the sense of safety and security. I didn't give you $1 million. I didn't give you a big house. I didn't give you the best food that you like to feel secure. Nothing came from outside. It was all inside. See, it is all from inside. And that is what we are discovering. Beautiful. Thank you, my friends. We will meet again.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Thank you.